Well, hello, everybody. We are hearkening back to the old days when little old GreenBean used to drive around the country talking to you from all sorts of weird places with weird lighting and weird vehicles with spotty internet. I'm even going to have a little bit of that for you guys tonight, it looks like. I'm only at about 5.7 megabytes per second. So if I talk slow, maybe that'll help. We have big news now. I see the conversation. Where is this rumor? Maybe rumor is the wrong word, but I got some inside information from one of my top 3 sources, given specifically to me, and I'm going to share it with you. There are some things I cannot share just yet, which are both exciting on one hand and potentially bad news on the other hand. So we'll see how it goes. Vafadoost is with me. He's in denial. I'm with you, man. Vafadoost, if there's anybody that's been out front defending Mimsy, it's me. Right? I mean, what are you going to do? But I got this news today. I'm going to share it with you. I'll give you some specifics on it. There's also some Mekhi Becton news, and there's also draft pick news that I may be able to share. I'll see how it evolves. But guys, welcome. This is GreenBean. I am currently in a parking lot in Richmond, Virginia, because Teen Bean is in a show here, in a heavy metal, Metal Kid himself is in there. I had to leave him. And it's a weird thing, dropping the kid off and just go in there with a bunch of crazy bearded freaks that like I used to do. This is what I did. So my son's in there with his buddy, and they're in there slamming and moshing and fucking doing all the things that they do. And yeah, that's the truth, Joe. But so I'm here in the parking lot. We just finished the Beanbagger project or prospect breakdown with Dom C and all the boys. And we had a good time in there. And now we're here with you. And look, we got mixed feelings. Jay-Z's here, Joe's here, Eric's here. We got GreenBean's Burner's back. What's up? I see you tonight. Yeah, party with Peg. Well, you're welcome. Dude, I'm in a parking lot. Why not, right? I mean, what else am I going to do? I'm going to have to sleep a little bit before the show ends because it ends at 11. But we with Tony Alexio. Hello, Tony. We do want Mims to be great. And the thing is, he is great. Let's take a look. So this is Mims's track record with us. So he gets drafted during the COVID thing, and they don't have a training camp. And in the short period of time before the season that they did get to run around, he pulls a hammy. He gets that healthy. He pulls another hammy. He misses some games. Comes in, looks really good. Sam does his whole Sam meltdown at the end of the season, and everybody's catches fall off a cliff. But he had a decent rookie season where he gave us a lot of hope. Then we switch coaching staffs, and Mike LaFleur doesn't like him, makes him learn 3 positions, and then he gets food poisoning, comes back, he's fighting through that and everything, and then he gets COVID, and then there's that whole thing. Now, last year, he comes back ripped and pumped and everything. And then he's inactive the same way as the year before. And it is what it is. Dude, let me tell you something. We're real quick. AC, humorously, this concert was $39. I looked up Taylor Swift tickets. I just sent my wife a text because my daughter's into Taylor Swift. I just sent my wife a text 2 days ago. I said, hey, we should do it. The tickets were $5,440 a piece. So that means I'd have to spend $16,500, almost about, right? $16,500 to go see Taylor Swift. Unless I want to sit in the nosebleeds, which were only $600 a piece. And then I could save some money. So the GreenBean don't see Taylor Swift. I'm not allowed in there, man. That's not the way it goes. That's not where I am. I'm in a parking lot, AC. So just remember. So Denzel Mims, last year, he's inactive for the first few games. Same way, they're just doing the thing that they do to him. Corey Davis gets hurt. He comes in. He looks good. He's making holes for Breece Hall and on touchdowns and everything. And in Robert Saleh's words, he played himself onto the active roster. So, and then he played the rest of the year, and he had some key catches. He had some key blocks. He wasn't great or anything, but, look, they're not using him. You know what I mean? That's the thing. Look, remember the pass in the Patriot game? He made a 5, 6, 10-yard pass into a 55-yard. That's what he does, man. He's a yak guy. And it's bullshit, but here's what it is, okay? Everybody's here. Got 146 good friends in here. Daniel Yunez is here. Owens is here. Look, it was what it is, right? Like time. LaFleur, the LaFleur effect is here. But so here's the thing. Here's the news, okay? We got 153 of you in here now. And they only have OTAs going on. So they're only a couple days in. But this is the report I got, okay? I was contacted. I was called. I didn't ask for this report. I was contacted, and they told me this. Hey, Bean, I got a few juicy nuggets for you. I said, ooh, okay. Good news? And they said, some. Some is good. Some is not so good. All right? So here's the Mims stuff. We'll start right with the big one. Well, Bobby, people say that about Mims. He only has 5 drops in 2 years, dude. I mean, granted, you don't want to see it, but we overblow his drop. Like, conversely, Ty Johnson had 3 drops on 3 consecutive third downs, 3 drive killers. We don't ever talk about his drops. So, like, we're doing a thing with Mims, man. Like, he's under a magnifying glass. But so I don't really, look, I hear you, but no, a wide receiver's job is to block, especially a big 6'3" guy like himself. And he catches most of the passes that hit his hands. He's credited with 5 drops in 2 years, I believe. Maybe it might be 6, but either way, it's in that range. We're making a bigger deal out of it than I think, especially when we give him, fucking 4 plays a game. And, it's like there's a lot of pressure on that, man. But anyway, that aside, here's the news. You ready? 157 in the house. And we'll do this. So they're at OTAs. They got a couple days in, and the staff is reporting that the attitude that Denzel Mims is exhibiting is one of disinterest. Now, he's been accused of being aloof in the past. Now, he's an introvert. He's a quiet guy. He's not somebody running around, hey, motherfucker, what's up? That's just not who he is. He's a quiet guy, and it can be misinterpreted. But the report is that they've tried to kind of engage with him, and he doesn't seem like he really wants to be here to a degree. So he's kind of already soured the new staff a little bit. Now, they're not out on him. They're going to give him, what I've been told is they're going to let him compete for his position. But so far, Hackett and his crew are not in love with Mims in the way that we hoped they would be. Now, there's lots of time, guys. Lots of time. Mims could be like, hey, man, I'm sorry. My sister's sick. Who knows? You know what I mean? I don't know. But so far, Hackett is not loving him. And there's someone else on the roster that they feel as though could push him off the team, who showed up like $1 million. I'm not allowed to give the name because there's a few guys, but there's someone on the roster. There's someone in involuntaries with them right now that already has endeared themselves to the staff. Again, we're a couple days in, so we have to see how this all plays out. But that is not what I wanted to hear, man. It's not what I wanted to see. I wanted to hear, oh, man, Mims came in. He's taking this by the horns. But that's not what we're hearing. So Clifford comes in. Thank you for the super chat, Cliff. I appreciate it. He says, how the hell can they make a decision? Well, there's no decision, Clifford. Don't misunderstand me. I said not loving Mims. I didn't say made a decision that they're going to do anything. So let's, make sure we keep it where it belongs. things progress. So not a good first impression with Denzel Mims and Paul Hackett's son, whatever, Nathaniel Hackett. There it is. So when they haven't even played a snap, that's BS. Here we go again. Coordinators judging without giving the guy a chance. Well, hopefully they do give him a chance. And again, it's voluntaries. But if he's coming in and, look, if a coach tries to talk to you, just as a hypothetical example, Cliff, if a coach tries to engage with you and you're just kind of, you don't give a shit, like, I don't know. Well, what do you think? Where's your position? I don't know, whatever you want. Like that kind of stuff, that could rub someone the wrong way. Like what they're looking for, especially with a guy who's embattled like Mims, is maybe they're looking for somebody to see an opportunity and go for it. And if he's not doing that, that could rub them the wrong way. It is early, right? It is early, and I'm still not out, dude. I'm invested at this point, man. I'm invested. So I'm gonna keep rooting for him until there's no ability to root for him anymore. That's what I'm gonna do. But yeah, it would suck though, right, Cliff? I mean, just imagine, if looking at it through the negative side, right? Like if this continues, it would really be a shame to see a guy who's just a quiet guy, super talented, quiet. He just kind of gets assumed that means he doesn't care. And that's never been the case with him. It's never been the case until LaFleur. Even the Gase regime didn't feel that way about him. Obviously, Matt Rule and Baylor and all that didn't feel that way about him. College stuff, the pros is different, but he performed at an NFL level, so we know that he can and all that. So anyway, well, you got to see. Let's see what we got here. So I got more news for you. I want to see what some of your comments here. Mims, Hulk smash your mom. What's up, buddy? Mims wasn't used to his potential. I bet Rodgers would make him look good. Well, you know what? Another tidbit I got was that the way that Rodgers works is that he's going to come in and he's going to know very quickly who he believes should receive the ball. Now, I think that that's a valid comment, but I was told that today as well. So, Mims, maybe he's waiting until Rodgers I don't know. Maybe that, I mean, they're not even doing anything, right? But again, what we're talking about is a coach's first impression. So there it is. There it is. Spill the beans, right, Hank? That's what I'm trying to do. And look, there's anybody mad about it in the chat, man. Believe me, I'm right there with you, dude. Trust me when I tell you. Let's see. Eric, what's up, Eric? I just hung out with Eric. Eric's making models, as he does. He does it very, very well. He's under a microscope because everyone who's drafted is supposed to be a wide receiver one. Expectations of fans has hurt him more than Mims has. I think expectations are definitely a part of it. But I think, where I saw the beginning of the kind of the fan base jumping off of the Mims bandwagon was in that training camp. The first training camp with the Saleh regime, the reports that came out were negative, and everybody bought in and said, fuck him. That's really what, I mean, it was that fast. I remember saying to people, how could you write him off so quickly? Like, what is going on? There was talk about trading him. We were weeks into training camp, and there were fans were saying we should get him out of here, but I don't know what that is. That whole first offseason with the Saleh LaFleur regime, I was in like borderline arguments, like fights with people. Like, dude, what are we doing here? Why are we jumping off the Mims bandwagon so quick? But this is the thing. And, look, Owen, like that's another thing. Like, Mims isn't Garrett Wilson, right? Like, I don't think that we have any real debate about that. I don't think that's that's up for discussion. At the same time, he's running around there with an absolutely atrocious Sam Darnold. And when Flacco came in, Flacco was the one, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, man, but Flacco was when Mims started to catch the ball. That was where he got most of his catches, was with Flacco. And then it was like, oh my God, this guy can play. Remember, like we thought, it was like, oh, the offensive line, the this, the that. And then, why Sammy sucked. And then Flacco came in his first game, he threw for 300 yards and 2 touchdowns. It was like, oh, wait a second. And Flacco's not even great. Like, so what the hell's going on here? So we have to factor all that stuff in. Like, if we're gonna talk about excuses for one guy, the quarterback, the offensive line, the wide receivers, the this, the that, then you have to be able to do that for other people if it's real. Like, excuses are one thing, facts are another, and sometimes they look the same, but it's not always the case. So let's see what else we got here. Lucas, what's up? How could he not want to play with? I know that's doesn't make sense to me. But again, dude, this is a reliable source, man. This is somebody that gives me the goods. Okay. The real stuff. And I'm going to ask Connor Hughes about it tomorrow, guys. Believe me, Connor Hughes is not the source. I don't want you guys to think that. So I'm really excited to ask him some of this stuff and corroborate or see if he disputes these nuggets that we have. And I have some more for you. Miz is pouting his way. I'm telling you, Ethan, that was my first thought. Like, come on, dude. Whatever it is, you gotta man up. But that's me buying into the whole thing, Why are we talking about Mims' bum ass? Well, because that's the news I got. You see what the thumbnail is, Chrono Kenny. Well, come on. Come in here it's like going to a buffet and going to the vegetable section and saying, why do we got vegetables? I don't like vegetables at a buffet. It's like, well, then don't go over there. Why are you yelling at the vegetables? Okra. Why is there okra? Don't eat the okra. Go grab the fish. Go get the fucking the really poor quality prime rib that they got sliced for you over there. Let's see. Joe just says, get rid of them. See? That's how it goes. Get rid of them. And maybe they're gonna. Joe, that's kind of where, that's not what. That's, who knows? Who knows? That's where. Ryan King checking in. What's up? Hey, GreenBean, love the content. Milk Thumbs. Did you get my email? Ryan, was that about YouTube? That one? Because you got to forgive me. I did. I responded, though, didn't I? I told you. Isn't that it? I was just talking about that email not 10 minutes before this stream. Correct me. But yeah. I did. I get every email. It just takes me a minute because I get a lot. So you got to bear with me. But I believe I replied. I know. Arlen says 160 people, 180 people watching, 194. And we only got 60 milk thumbs. Come on, everybody. So here's some good news. You guys want good news? Who's in the mood for a bit of good news? Any? Kareem Carson. Right on, Kareem. We don't got to hate on the guys, right? We just got to take the news, and it doesn't have to become an emotional response. Like, fuck him! Or, yeah, it's just like, okay. All right, well, that sucks. You know what I mean? All right, here's some good news. Mekhi Becton. You ready for this one? So we're going back to this 2020 draft class. Yeah, right. That's my source, Robert Saleh. I mean, I go way back. I helped him with his construction of his house. I hope that all got worked out. Remember that? Geesh, poor fella. He comes all the way over here, and New Jersey contractors give him the rigmarole, the old Jersey 1-2. I don't like that. So here's the good news. Kuka wants the good news. So Mekhi Becton, I was told today that, we heard that he dropped to 350. He's actually under 350 by a few pounds. So he's like 347, 348 in that range, which is crazy town. That's amazing. Imagine Mekhi Becton plays at like a 345 or something like that. So here's what I was told. So not only is he slightly under 350, which is good. So that substantiates that report that we saw from Samini, that he's 350. But so we also heard that the medical stuff is going well and all that shit. But not only is it going well, they are confident that because they were able to oversee everything this year with him, they know exactly what's going on with him. Training, they're not going to mess around with him on training camp. They have a slow roll approach going with him. They don't feel any need to rush him. But here's the term that makes this good news. That's all good news. They said Mekhi Becton is quite literally a man on a mission who is foaming at the mouth to get back in and make his name and remake his name. Foaming at the mouth. The Jets are incredibly excited about Mekhi Becton. Now, the other piece of news I have for you is that, and it's not going to be shocking or anything, but it's firm, that doesn't mean that the Jets aren't focusing on tackle with their first pick. Now, that's not to say that if their tackle isn't there, they're definitely going to do it, but that's where they're zeroing in. They want to bring in a tackle, but they believe that Mekhi Becton, who just turned 24 years old yesterday, guys, he's still 24, that they believe that this time, like last year he came in, yes, working hard with Duke Manyweather, but he came in with the moo on. Remember the moo? The big blue moo? And he was tired. He was like out of shape. He was huffing and puffing, the whole thing. That is not what's going on with him this year. He has every awareness of his mistakes, and he's going through the Jets to do everything. And that's foaming at the mouth, dude. If we get a driven and healthy Mekhi Becton, guys, I mean, look, it's hard to count on him, right? It really is. It's hard to count on him. But we can absolutely be excited. We can have hope. There's nothing wrong with having hope and hedging your bet. Bring in a first-round tackle. Dwayne Brown's over here. Mekhi Becton's over there. Even if Dwayne Brown and Becton beat him out, or let's say the rookie beats out Dwayne Brown, the worst-case scenario is you have Dwayne Brown and Max Mitchell or Broderick Jones or whoever, and Max Mitchell backing up the other two. That is a pretty damn good scenario. And they just re-signed Cedric Ogbuehi, which I'm sure all of you know. If you don't know, the Jets re-signed Cedric Ogbuehi, which I think is a fucking fantastic move. I really do, man. Not to start or anything, but when we grabbed him off a practice squad, and 2 weeks later he had to start against Von Miller, and he did a damn good job. We thought Von Miller was going to eat his lunch to the tune of 4 sacks, and that didn't happen. I think he did get one against. I think he might have got a sack and force fumble because of Flacco the statue, but all he had to do was step up. But anywho, he did a much better job than we thought. So as depth, I think that's about as good as you're going to get. So, look, if we get and again, I'll just use the name Broderick Jones, but Skoronski, whoever, you bring in that first-round rookie. You got Mekhi Becton, who's driven and foaming and angry and pissed and all those things. You got Dwayne Brown and Max Mitchell, Cedric Ogbuehi. It's not a bad group, everybody. So I'm really excited about that. Hank with the good news. Ryan, yeah, you want to? Yes. All right. I'm gonna email you back. I did respond to the email. I told you what my situation was, but I will email you back tomorrow. Okay, I'll find the email and and we'll have a conversation. All right. Thank you, man. You're the shit. Really. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing, dude. You guys are the best. I just get nervous. I do, but we'll talk about it. Becton misses football. Thank you, Ryan. I sincerely, I appreciate it. Becton misses football. Right on, man. I know he doesn't want them to draft an offensive tackle, but guess what? You do it. You just keep doing it, man. Look, pain is the greatest motivator, dude. Believe me, in my world of like addiction and rehabs and all that shit, sad to say, whenever you can say to someone like, hey, man, if you keep doing this, you're going to lose your job. You could lose your job and your wife and your kids. And it doesn't work. It very rarely works. It's when they come in and they say, I lost my job and my wife left me and took the kids. Then they're motivated. I wish it wasn't that way. I wish I said it a million times. I just wish it wasn't the case. But pain is the greatest motivator in addition to true excitement for what you're doing. That's the other side. See how they're kind of like yin and yang? See that? But it's very true. Very, very true. So if you bring in a guy, Hennessy, and I didn't see any comments about Mims. Maybe you did. I had to skim. But that's funny. you think about it. Like if Becton, they look, we believe in you. We're excited about you. You're all these things. Here's a first round tackle to hang out with. That could be the fire under his ass. You know what I mean? And it's not like, as far as the injury itself, you can't avoid, like when Greg Van Roten didn't, whatever, the roll on his leg, in 2021, nothing Becton could have done. But if he's out of shape and he's carrying 35 more pounds and he's not as elastic and, all those kinds of things, the injury happens, is more likely to happen. You know what I mean? So all that stuff, definitely applies, even though an injury isn't always avoidable, But I think, look, you do everything you can. If he's playing at 350, 345, I mean, shit, that's all that weight, all that less weight on his knees and ankles and butt crack and all the things that matter, right? JSN is the pick at 13. What I was told is that's not the case. Now, that's not to say if they're tackles, let's say they only want Broderick Jones or Paris Johnson at 13. Everybody else is not a first round grade and they can't slide back. Maybe they do, but what I was told, and again, it could be wrong, but it hasn't been yet. This source has been right every time so far. So we'll see. So far we got Mims, we got Becton, and we got the confirmation of first round tackle. There's another one that I have to confirm I can talk about. And then there's another one I can't talk about that would make you guys fucking, the chat would explode. But I can't talk about it. But tomorrow night, I'm going to ask Connor Hughes about all this stuff. I have a nice list of questions for our good friend Connor. So we're going to see how that goes. Becton's hungry, right, man? We don't know what's going on with Max Mitchell, right, Billy? Blood clots could very well. I know that's the thing. It's scary. Like you have to hedge, man. You have to. The good news is our most recent experience with blood clots. Now we saw they're not the same. It's not the same thing. The reason is for it, but we saw Vinny Curry lose a season because of blood clots. He came back and he played. I mean, he's an old man, but he played well. In his what do you got? 18% of the snaps or something like that, 20. But he played well, considering. So that can, obviously with Max Mitchell being so much younger, that could be a good thing. Let's see. AC says, speaking for I wasn't motivated until I was 22, 23. 23, I was pumping gas. Smoking crack, AC. My crack guy used to deliver the goods right to my gas station over there on Route, 202? In Morris Plains, whatever the hell it is. Like over by Parsippany Hills High School. You guys know. DK, what's up, buddy? Every time I have hope for Mims to Worlds, I'm telling you, man. Like, let me tell you. That was the first tip I got today was the Mims. I went, come on, man. What is this? So I thought you'd want to hear it. I do want to hear it, but I don't want to hear that. So, the whole thing. Michael Malillo says, why are the Jets dragging their feet with Q? I didn't get anything on that, Michael, but I will say I agree with you. I don't understand. Like the optics, right? Like there's an opportunity just to do it. Like if you're going to pay them, just pay them. Now there's the whole thought they got to wait to see the Rodgers thing and how much Green Bay, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I understand that, but you can push it. You can work it in such a way that the largest hit is next year or what, you know what I mean? You can make his cap hit $1 million this year if you want. That would really screw you. But you could. But I don't like it either. I think there's an opportunity. I hope they get it done before training camp. If there's any type of legitimate holdout, even OTAs, man, it's a real piss poor job by Joe Douglas of managing this one properly, in my opinion. What's happening? Did my fucking battery go out? Come on, portable battery. All right, well, that's all it gave me. That's it. Half a tank. That's all I got. So let's see what else you guys got. Let's see. Big Al checking in. What's up, Big Al? Becton should be the starting left tackle, period. The rookie should be at right tackle and Brown is swing. Hey, Big Al, wouldn't that be delightful? I love it. I would love it if that happens. But it seems like, look, well, this regime, they gave Becton the left tackle the first year, and he got hurt. Last year, We were talking about Fant and Becton, who was going to this and who was going to that. Day one, Saleh announced Fant is the left tackle. He squashed it. So that could just be because of Fant and how he played left tackle for us in 2021. Sure. He's not really in the picture right now, nor do I think he will be. Maybe something happens and he's still out there. But I don't know. Maybe Becton gets the opportunity to battle for left tackle. And I think having Dwayne Brown as the backup, like the swing, like you said, but Max Mitchell's here too, but, backup left tackle, whatever. I think that would be a pretty damn good scenario. Pretty good scenario, everybody. We've done worse significantly. Ryan King checking back in. What's up, buddy? It's more than Sunday Ticket. It's all YouTube TV. See, I already have YouTube. We're going to talk, Ryan. You're the shit. Thank you. I don't know if they'll catch us, man. I get nervous. And then they ban my YouTube channel. I get nervous. But we'll talk. You're the shit, man. I mean that. So let's see what else we got here. But thank you, Ryan. GreenBean speaking the truth, of course. When have I ever lied to you guys? Can you guys think of a time I've actually lied? Now, I've been wrong 3 times. Like Sauce Gardner last year. Remember that shit? It's just so funny how many years I was like dead on with with the picks in the first round and shit like that. Who we shouldn't take and who we whatever. And there was no YouTube channel, so you guys never got to see it. How right I was for decades. And then I come live and I'd say, no, Sauce, there's no way we're taking a cornerback. It's just not happening. And then, and let me tell you something. This is the good thing about being in the headspace that I live in, guys. I'm delighted to be wrong. I really am. I really am. I don't give a shit if I'm wrong. What is it to me, right? But I don't lie to you guys ever. Never. Right, Soldier? When do I lie? Liquid IV's good. It's good. What do you want from me? Manscaped is the best. What do you want? Ryan King checking back in. All right. What do you think about bringing back Quan Alexander? We were just talking about linebackers in the Beanbagger prospect breakdowns that we do every week on Wednesdays. And I will tell you this. The word is that the Jets are super crazy high on Jamie Sherwood, right? That's the word. And they should be, man. They've been developing him. And he's been on fire, dude. He's only behind our Pro Bowl special teamer in special teams impact in Hardy, right? And when he comes in, he makes every tackle. He came in for CJ Mosley like a few times. The first time, it was like one drive. He made every tackle. It's like Sherwood's ready, and the Jets believe in that. We still have Hamza Nasruddin as well coming up. So Quan, interestingly, guys, Quan Alexander has not played a full season since 2016, I believe it is. So the knock on him, the reason that he was still out there so long last year is because he's not going to make it. Everybody knows it. Why am I going to give this guy a contract? He's not going to make it. So what the Jets did, they got him for $1 million or so, and they played him 48% of the snaps. Now, he was always, every other year of his career, when he was on the field, when he was available, he played between 70 and 95% of the snaps. That's why he didn't make it. The Jets put him under 50, and he played all 17 games. So he's out there trying to parlay that into some money, of course. The word is that the Titans are the team that are most likely at this time to sign him. If that doesn't happen, if he's pricing himself out and he's still around later, the Jets might bring him back. I think it'd be great to bring back the whole core. That said, I don't think that they want to pay him. He's probably wanting anywhere from $4 to $6 million, right? Probably. Rightfully so. He's trying. And I think he should. But I don't know. I think this is why you have a pipeline. This is why you do that. So when guys want to get paid, you can keep the core guys around that you need, the Quinnen Williamses of the world. And then you can just bump up the next guy up. And he's ready. He's been in the system for 3 years. He's ready. That's what you want. Here's you again. So Ryan got paid today. So he's being nice. Thank you, Ryan. He says, what do you think about trading this year's first for next year's first to another team and stocking up? Well, here's the thing. I don't like that at all, Ryan, because if you're going all in, you don't leave half of your assets behind. Like it's like think about it like war, right? You got this battle. And if you win the battle, you can win the war. You bring it. You bring it and you do everything you can to win it. Now I don't want to, I'm not military. I'm just using this as an example for illustration purposes. But you bring everything. You win. You do everything you can to win. If we're going all in on Aaron Rodgers, we're bringing in, we Nathaniel Hackett, we got Alan Lazard, you got Tim Boyle, you know what I mean? You're out there trying to sign OBJ and all these things that you're going all in. You give Aaron Rodgers, if he's going to play 1 or 2 years, you give him everything that you have to support him now. You don't bring in Aaron Rodgers and then hold back premium resources for next year. You see what I mean? That's my thought on it. As a matter of fact, I would even be in favor if Joe Douglas did something similar to what he did last year in the draft, which was to go ahead and use your later round picks to move up and get more quality as opposed to quantity, right? He used his fifths to move up. He used his fifth to move up for Jermaine Johnson, and he flip-flopped thirds. That's all he did for Jermaine Johnson. And then I believe he used the fifth in Breece Hall, in the Breece Hall trade. So that's the way to do it. Like, if you take your sixths and your fifths, if you want John Michael Schmitz, let's say you picked up Peter Skronsky in the first, you got your tackle, and then you want your tops, you want John Michael Schmitz. He's not going to make it out of the first. And you're sitting there, it's at pick 25, and you're like, hey, I'll give you a fifth and a sixth to come up right now. I'll give you my second, but I'll give you 43, a fifth, and a sixth. Because you want to make sure you have the best possible guy in front of Aaron Rodgers. That's more appropriate than keeping picks for next year. Because this is the year. You don't know if Aaron Rodgers is going to be here. And like you said, I know what you're saying, but I don't agree. I think it's the opposite of that, buddy. That's what I think. I know Owen says the draft is really 8. Isn't it crazy, dude? It's crazy. Next week with the Beanbaggers, we're on New York Jets Draft Eve, Talking Jets panel draft show Eve. We are going to do a private elongated mock draft, man, and it's gonna be the best. I can't wait to do that with you guys, all you Beanbaggers in here. I really. We should have Stream Beaners shirts made to show support for our guy. Well, I have a whole line of shit coming out for you guys, man. I really do. It's just, I've been stunted, but thank you for saying that, man. Yeah. Don't forget about the Stream Beaners, everybody. All your, where's my emojis? I'm going to give you guys some loving right now. Here we go. I'll give you this one. Boop, 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 boop. Same old Jets. There you go. There you go. Let me see here. Let me see what we got here. See what else is going on. What you guys are thinking. It's nice. This is a nice little impromptu stream for you guys. I couldn't wait to do it. I couldn't wait to talk to you guys about this. Send Mims to GreenBean. Go ahead. Send him over to me, Hennessy. I know what you're saying. Well, this is Sneakers to Boot. Or Sneakers to Boot. You look like Sneakers to Boost to me. Smoky in the pot. There you go. Dwayne Brown played well last year. He's coming back this year. Becton can be starting right tackle. Well, Dwayne Brown played okay. He played well, right? But he also was very inconsistent, and he had some bad games. But we learned that he was playing through injury. So there's that. Get the injury fixed. Maybe we get a full-on Dwayne Brown back. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm with you, but this is a good point. Hawk says, Dwayne Brown only plays left tackle. He's been in the league 216 years, and he's never played right tackle. So you want to make sure that's where so you technically he could be swing. That's why I corrected myself before. He's the left tackle. He's right. I agree, Smokey. I really do. I love Mims. I love him. Now, if they cut him and he goes and he's a a Houston Texan. I don't give two shits about Mims anymore. I'm gonna be you know how I roll. I don't root for Jets players on other teams. I don't. Very rarely. Very rarely. If they're not Jets, I don't like them. That's the way it is. Paris said, I don't think GreenBean was wrong about last year's draft. The Jets needed to draft a defensive end in the first round. Who would know that JD would get another first round pick unless. Great point. And let me tell you this. That was, I don't want to say a miracle, right? But that was something that was worked very, very hard on by Joe D. And really, when they picked Garrett Wilson at 10, they let go of the idea of getting an edge rusher in the first. Or they just saw him at 15 like, holy shit, this guy's actually sliding. Let me see what I can do. But they did it. They weren't going to bring in an edge rusher. And I disagreed with it. That was our position in need. And they ended up getting one. So once that happened, I was like, this draft is brilliant. You know what I mean? Like, holy shit, man. I got to move. Why is my AC not on? Come on. What are we doing? I'm fucking sweating. I'm like so sweaty and hot and uncomfortable. Remember this, guys? This is the way we used to do it. It's why I was like, I thought to myself at first, I'm like, I can't do this. I don't even have a light or anything. And I said, what do you mean? I used to do this all the time. This is just a little throwback action to the old days of GreenBean. So I wasn't wrong, but here's where I was wrong, Paris. I said to anybody that would listen, there's no way the Jets are drafting or using pick 4 or 10 on a cornerback. It's not happening. That's where I was wrong. Number 10, even though I thought you could get a starting wide receiver in where we were in the second, I wanted a wide receiver and Breece Hall in the second. That's what I wanted. But I wanted an edge rusher and either Devin Lloyd or Kyle Hamilton at 10. But I loved Garrett Wilson. So when they did it that way, it's all good. But where I was wrong was I was convinced there's no way we're taking a cornerback. There's no way. And we did. And I love it. So there you go. Well, he stayed healthy last year, Smokey. So there's that. Let's see. So we got at least that. I mean, he tore his Achilles the first year. Patrick Sullivan says, GreenBean is right. Liquid IV is great, and so is the Manscaped beard trimmer. Was with Bean. I wanted Hamilton, but happily I'm eating my words. Well, Hamilton was good. He made the all-rookie team. I mean, he played well too, but Sauce is better. Make no mistake. Sauce is a better pick. And Garrett Wilson is my honey lamb. Man, I love that man. I love him. But so, yeah, guys, don't forget, you can save 20% on Liquid IV. I put the code in the description. Just go there, use promo code GreenBean Jetsfan, 20% off your order. And it's the shit, dude. You go into Whole Foods or whatever, they're selling it at the checkout. The individual packets, they're like $5 a packet. Like, shit's expensive, man. So it's the best hydrator out there, man. I've done my research. My wife loves it. My wife bosses love it. Everybody loves it that I talk to. So you can save 20%. The promo code's right in that damn description. Go ahead and get yourself some Liquid IV. Paris says Denzel Mims needs Aaron Rodgers to throw to him. It just seems so perfect. I'm really disappointed by this report. Dark Soldier's drinking Liquid IV right now. There it is. I'm not moving on you. I hear you, Youthphoria. I'm not. I'm still with them. Even after this report. Look, I'm the one giving it to you guys, and I'm still like, Mims is the shit. We'll see. We'll know. We'll know in training camp this year. And maybe they showcase him and they try to get a pick for him. Who knows, dude? Who knows? But look, if a staff doesn't like him, they don't like him. I mean, there's nothing you can do about that. As much as we might like him out here. DLB, no, one Jets arm. No, that's an assumption I made. I mean, he's old. He's old, man. They might, but I'm making an assumption. That's just a conclusion I drew. So I'm sorry if I presented that as fact. We didn't get confirmation or anything. At least I didn't. So sorry about that. But yeah, thanks for the clarification. Lucas says, "What's your feelings on Top Thrill Drag?" Well, that's a two-part question. It's a great coaster. It's amazing. I think King Dakar is better. That's just me. I'm alone on that one. People like Top Thrill Dragster doesn't have over the shoulder. They just have a waist bar. So that's freaky, man. King Dakar, because of New Jersey regulations, has the over the shoulder. So a lot of coaster people feel like that takes away some of the thrill. I don't. I like to hold on to that shit. But there's that. But did you hear what they're doing with Top Thrill Dragster? They tore down a whole set. What they're doing with, if you guys don't know, if you guys can think of King Dakar, which is the tallest coaster in the world still. Top Thrill Dragster was the tallest coaster in the world. Same model right before King Dakar. It's 450 feet. Oh, no, 438 feet, and King Dakar's 456. So what they're doing is they're adding a spike on the back end of it, which will be the tallest spike on Earth. So it'll make it the world's tallest roller coaster. I believe over 500 feet. So what you're going to do is this. You're going to take off 0 to 120 and whatever in 3 seconds. You're going to go up the side of the thing, which is called a top hat. You're going to roll back. They're going to launch you backwards. You're going to go up the 500-foot spike, which will twirl. Then you'll come down. They'll launch you forward again, and then you'll go over the top of the top hat, and the ride is over. So I am excited about that, bro. That's my feelings on that, Lucas. Jeremy's gotten it. Good luck on your exam, Jeremy. Let's see here. That's right. Hey, see, did you notice I didn't talk about tight ends all year? Did you notice? That was by design. That was not easy, bro. I just started talking about them. I can't contain myself any longer. But yeah, it's by design. I even stopped myself from digging in deep on tight ends, even though this is an amazing class. But I think the Jets are going to draft one. I'm telling you right now, the Jets are drafting one. Ethan, do I? Of course, yeah, of course I do. Do I still feel that the Judy wide receiver, the 2020 draft, was a better look at the 2020 receiver class? So Judy, who's been slightly disappointing, right? But you got CeeDee Lamb. Obviously, the Ruggs thing went south. You got Jefferson. You got Rieger, Ayuk. I mean, there's a whole bunch of Mims, Chenault. Obviously Mims, but there's a bunch of guys I'm missing. But that class was sick. Wasn't Deebo Samuel in that one too? Maybe not. I don't think so. Last year's class is solid. But 2021 was even stronger, I believe. I got to think. It's all jumbled. But yes, I still maintain that the 2020 wide receiver class was something. Look at Justin Jefferson alone, dude. Holy shit. CeeDee Lamb. Man, and Brandon Ayuk. Crazy. That's right, Weed the People. Going back to the roots here. Water, well, let's see. GreenBean. Yep, that's the one I just did. But I do love tight ends and safeties, AC. I do. So did you know about it, Lucas? You knew about the spike? Yeah, you got to get back over there. I'm not going to be there for a while, though. I'm going to try to get to the West Coast soon. But I got to hit Carowinds first. That's where my family didn't make it on Fury 325, so I got to do that. John says, how long were you sober before you started doing things sober? Interesting question. Let me say this. There were different versions of sober, John. So like when I was sober, when I was clean and sober, so I didn't do anything, but I was a miserable fuck for a while. I did that for like 4 or 5 years. I would get clean for a month. I'd get clean for 3 months. And I was miserable. I wasn't doing anything. Now, the time that I got really sober, when I went to Florida after I crashed my father's truck into the Turtleback Zoo shit and did all that, and I was in jail for a while and all that. Once I lost everything and I went down to Florida with nothing. I had a pair of I had literally the clothes that I had And the rehab bought me socks and underwear. And I mean, I had nothing. That time, it took me about 30 to 45 days to start smiling, man, about. And then I met a really good group of people and everything. And I honestly, you want to know, did you guys hear that? Did you guys hear it? Look, Rob V says it took about a year and a half to start enjoying things again. Well, the thing is, man, I really dove in, John. Like I had enough. Like I was miserable. My family wrote me off. My mother told me not to call her anymore. She hung up on me. Like I had nothing. I was like completely assed out. And I just decided. I told my therapist, and I said, "You just tell me what to do, and I'll do it." And he was like, "Really?" I said, "You tell me what to do, and I'll do it." And I did it. I did anything they said. And I stayed in rehab for 70 days inpatient. I did 60 days. Hold on. Okay. All right. Thought he was coming back. I was like, all right. We'll have a conversation. Um, I stayed in outpatient for 30, 60 days, whatever the hell it was. And then I stayed in aftercare, which was one night a week for 18 months. So like I did whatever they said. I lived in sober living for 6 months. Actually, it was like 3 months because then I met my soon to be wife and I lived with her, which made me happy. So that was, anyway, so it was the steps, man. Like I dove into the steps with piss and vinegar and it changed my life. That's the truth. By step 3, I was a different person. That's the real shit right there. Soul just says in 3 months from today, he'll have 5 years sober. This is great. This is kind of turning into something. This is a fucking love fest now. Right. Proud New York Jets fans. What's up with you? There he is. Nick Shine. I love the sobriety talk. Good. Yeah, right on, man. Right back. I love it too. I mean, we can't take it over for too long, but John, you always feel comfortable asking me that one, buddy. Always. You know, we got our crew in here. There's enough of us. There's a nice contingent of us in here. And we do this together, man. But the whole trick is to connect. Remember, an addict or alcoholic hanging out with themselves is in bad company. My head is a bad neighborhood, dude. I cannot stay there. I need to get the fuck out of here. So I connect with people, whether that's meetings, whatever brand of recovery it is, do it. Do it wholeheartedly. My brand is 12 steps. That's what I do. And I do it again. I'm deep in it now, man. Again, I'm doing it all over again because I got to change. I know, right? But you see that? What was that, dude? Why'd that guy punch my car? I shouldn't have cursed like that. I got mad. I know, you guys. Yeah, I know, right? So we talk about it every time. I'm safe, believe me. Yeah, I can open carry here, but that's not what I'm insinuating I'm doing. I have other things if need be. I protect myself. You know what I mean? I'm gonna hit him over the head. I have a big book right here. Look, just so you guys know, right here, bro. See, it's right here. If I need it, I got it. That's how, for me, that's how I gotta live, man. That's how I gotta live. Nah, 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 nah. You guys are funny. You know, it's just a funny thing hanging out outside of a club, man. I know I would have had to do a 10 step. I wouldn't, I would have controlled it, believe me. Well, maybe not. I mean, dude, he was a big dude. Believe me. He was big. I know I shouldn't have said that. I'm going to have to go edit this. I'm going to have to edit that out. 40 days sober. Right on, Nick. There you go, buddy. There you go. Go to sleep sober tonight. That's the way. Tomorrow's a new day. You can do whatever you want tomorrow. That's what you tell yourself. I'll do it tomorrow. And then you wake up and you do your things and you reset and you connect and you call your people. And I'm not going to drink today or use for that matter. That's the way it goes. Right, Dom C. There he is. Anders has 14 years. Look at this. We're rocking it tonight, man. We're rocking it. This is great. I love you guys too. There's the main catch. With that all said, I know this was fun. We we took a few turns here. Hank, I know the fat thing. Why? See, that's the thing. That you know what's funny? I don't care about the whole. Honestly, like the whole like you punch my car, you're drunk. It's the fat thing. I shouldn't have said that. That's what makes me feel bad. I don't like to talk about people's appearances. It's not nice. It's not good. It's not a good thing to do. I regret. I'm gonna have to do. It's gonna be on my inventory tonight. Ugh, I hate it. Guys, there it is. There it is. You got to see my ass tonight. So, and just know I'm gonna edit it out. So you guys are the only people that are gonna see this. I'm gonna edit that out. As soon as we're done here, I'm editing that part out. So you guys can talk about that time or whatever. I'll deny it. I will. But guys, that's going to do it. I got to try to get a little half-hour nap in here before my kid gets out of here. I got an hour drive home. So, but guys, thank you for stopping by. This was a really good time. It turned out to be pretty nice here, man. But please forgive me for what I said and did before. I had to defend myself. That's fine. But the other stuff, that's your moment, right, Hawk? That's for you because it's going to be gone. That's what I'm going to do. Guys, have a great night. I'll just, and not that it was an after hours show. We'll end it with this. Have a great night, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. Connor Hughes on the Thursday. Think of it, 8 p.m. I hope you guys will all be there. We're going to corroborate all of these tips that I got today, and we'll see what's real and what's not. I hope you guys are safe, and anybody struggling tonight, man, just know you're not alone. You're not alone, man. Reach out. People are out there. There's a lot of us in here, but reach out. There's meetings going on right now. Just go online and type in online AA meeting. There's 100 meetings right now. I went to a meeting in Iran not too long. I shit you not. Iran. It was great. They're speaking English. So you can find amazing meetings, man. All over the world. They're right at your fingertips. You're not alone. Just tell those people I'm struggling. They'll help you. All right, everybody. Have a great night. Sleep well. I'll see you tomorrow.
I think he's going to be day one, a violent vertical edge setter.
I see some gas on the edge. Get that mindset to put your shoulder on somebody.
Dig, drop, you're finished.